What's up? What's up? Hope everyone is having a good day. Hope that you guys have gotten a chance to check out some of the important information I've been posting. Uh, Parler getting blocked by Google Play Store, Apple Store threatening to do the same for those of you that are iPhone holders. For those of us that have Androids and being blocked on the Google Play Store from downloading Parler, I downloaded it about a month ago. I don't know how that's going to work for everyone else, but it's crazy. So a couple of the videos that I posted, I'm kind of exposing things, tracking, tracing technology. Also, there are apps. I'm going to be doing another video talking about tracking and tracing apps and certain ways to shut certain things off of your phone depending on if you have an Android or if you have an iPhone. I will be talking more about that. Probably do a video on that in the next day or two. There's a lot of things I want to talk about, and if you guys notice, I usually post about 5 videos a day on average, and compared to some other channels that might seem like a lot, but truthfully we're only just tapping the surface. So many more issues that need to be discussed and shed light on. It's like I'm, in my mind, I'm decades behind because there's so much important information to talk about. As far as the other issues going on with the transition process and everything that's happening right now, into the next president. I can't even believe I'm saying that for that individual. I'm not even going to say his name. It's just, well, I don't really have too many words for it, and the words I want to say, I probably shouldn't, trying to keep it cool, and, I'm saying not be blocked on YouTube, and try to keep it cool, and you know what I mean? Try to do the best I can to keep my calm, collective demeanor, and, keep calm, carry on, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, the issues that are going on right now, obviously, are very serious. I don't think most people are realizing how serious it is. I think there's a good percentage of people that realize how serious it is. But if our president can be blocked on Twitter, then that means anybody can be blocked. But even before this has happened, like, we all knew that could happen to anybody. But it just, regardless of the fact that they have terms and conditions, and we signed a disclaimer, right, in the fine print of their community guidelines, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, whatever it is, like whatever platform, it's still a violation of the First Amendment of the Constitution. Last time I checked, we do live in America. For those of you that don't live in America and you have your Constitution of your country, you still have your inalienable rights. You still have your civil rights. You still have, a Declaration of Independence for the most part. America, ours is written out, and it seems to be being overridden by executive orders and totalitarian authority that seems to think that our Constitution, well, they think it's outdated. And we know that it's not. Those are the founding principles that every soul should have on the planet. As far as the Bill of Rights, the top 10 amendments, the Constitution, that's something that every country in the world should have at least those top 10, first 10 amendments in the Bill of Rights as an example, as a basic platform for humanity, human rights, just overall human decency. I mean, let's call it what it is. So what's amazing is that if it's radio stations, for example, radio stations are regulated by the FCC, the Federal Communications Administration. They're an example of, they can't just do whatever they want. Radio stations, for example, TV, communications, those publications are regulated by the FCC for a reason, so that it doesn't override and violate our constitutional rights, just as an example. But why is there a double standard? Why doesn't the same standard apply to Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, YouTube? I'm just naming the top 5. I can go down a list, and I don't want to bore you guys, because that's really the example of a violation of the First Amendment. They say, well, you're a private company. No, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. You guys got like 3 billion subscribers? You're not a private company anymore. You are in the public space. You've been in the public space. Okay? Why hasn't the FCC stepped in? Why hasn't the federal government stepped in? You say, oh, well, they've had, this last year and the CEO of Twitter, and they've had Mark Zuckerberg from Facebook on there, and they've interviewed him on C-SPAN, and they're, going through. Man, that feels all like smoke and mirrors. It just feels like a big show to me. Look, the bottom line is that all talk, no action. You're seeing the government's actions not speaking as loud as their words. The FCC needs to come in and they need to regulate it. Some people disagree with that because they think we don't need big government. But guess what? There is a contradiction that our freedom of rights under the Constitution, that First Amendment of freedom of speech, freedom to have a press, right, and publication. Right? If YouTube is going to start banning and they're going to start censoring, well, then they need to change their status because it's obviously a contradiction. Or better yet, how about we just switch that? No. How about we just take it directly to the FCC, and the FCC does their frickin' job, and they say, you know what? You're not just a private company anymore. You are in the public space. You are in the public speaking space. You are considered a media conglomerate. That's what needs to happen. And I hope that it comes to a point soon where the government will stop just puffing smoke and just literally drop the hammer and actually do something for the people, something that's going to protect our constitutional rights. I wonder if that's ever going to happen. If you dig what I'm saying, please be sure to smash that like button. Get it out there. Like, share, get the word out there worldwide, and do what you can to make a difference, even if you're not speaking out, to at least help other people to echo their voice that are speaking out for all of us. And that's exactly what I do, and I will continue to do that, not just for America, but for human rights worldwide. Thank you so much for your support. United USA, 2020 and beyond.